Hey guys, it's Emilia here and welcome back to Journal Engineer. In this video we'll do a quick weekly spreads with 4 different designs and layouts, and because it's Bujo Talks episode number 2, I will talk more about how I keep my daily motivation. I know, you all have seen videos about setting goals, making habits and blah blah blah, but you'll be surprised what I have to tell you from my personal experience. So yep, let's go! If you don't know what is Bujo Talks episode, just in short, is basically me talking about different topics while showing a time-lapse of my bullet journal setup. So if you don't do bullet journals, you can only listen, or if you do bullet journals, then you can watch and listen. However, if you want to hear more about the drawings themselves, I would advise you to check out the previous video where we did the cover page and I explain in details about the drawings. Okay, so back to the topic. Because I don't want to make this video a long one, I just like to go straight to the point. I'm just gonna really quick talk about why people lack motivation. You may think that you know, but believe me, you'll be surprised from my point of view. And then I'm gonna set a perspective, and then I'm gonna talk about bullet journals. Why bullet journals are the last point and not the first one? Well, because your mindset makes your journal and not the other way around. So let's see our mindset then. So why do people lack motivation? If you watch all 304,058 videos on YouTube, you're probably gonna hear the same amount of different opinions. Everybody has their own opinion about motivation and how to keep it up. Here I'm going to talk more about a general motivation in life, to live. Not specifically for success, but I'm sure that the thing that I'm gonna talk about can be applied in other life spheres as well. So let me start from afar and set some main points. The problem with motivation, according to me, arises from an early childhood and quite imperceptibly. When I was growing up, I always thought that life was one big adventure. We have a great job, great friends, loving family, and we're getting better and better every single day. Perhaps this misconception is caused by all the movies that we have watched. Well, it's normal that the movies are made in this way in order to have more views. Of course, the protagonist in these movies has a big change in their life, an adventure that they need to deal with, and their life changes and they meet new friends and stuff. And even in the books it's like that, like their entire life is one big thing, one big adventure. But the truth is that no one prepared us for the real life, and when we scale it down to everyday life, actually it is boring and monotonous. I would even say miserable in some days. You would really understand me. And precisely because of this monotonous life, it is very easy to lose track of time. By the time we know it, we already finished school. A moment later, we finish university, and suddenly we're on the job market, having to support ourselves in this expensive world, maintaining a social life and trying to not die of depression. Believe me, I've been there several times. And respectively, I also read a lot of books about self-motivation and stuff, and some books say that we should put life into perspective, to set goals and strictly fulfill them, because this is how we grow. But in my opinion, life is much more than goals and deadlines. The other extreme is delving into every single action that we do, which is also not that good. As always, the truth is somewhere in the middle. If you look at life in a perspective, we will see that it is a collection of many small days. And I think that they're the important ones. If we do a little something every single day, we will surely be better a year after we started. And it's so about small progress. If you don't believe me, or you cannot just think about this, just think about all the movies that involve a time machine. When people travel back to the past, they worry about radically changing the present by doing something small. And a few people nowadays think that they can radically change the future by doing something small, but the truth is it's exactly the same. For a long time now, I really try to see every single day as a new life experience that I get to live again and again. I try to learn something new, follow my goals, and last but not least, have fun, because every single day matters. But let's be honest, given that we have 365 days in one year, even if we ask ourselves to make each day special, we can easily again fall into the hands of apathy and monotony. For this, the important advice that I can give you is to do something new every week. It doesn't have to be something big like jumping out of plane with a parachute, of course. It may be a little one. For example, this morning for the first time I made a potato cream soup. Also, we can do new habits on a regular basis, and we can also split our goals to smaller ones and do them one by one. Probably you heard that in a lot of YouTube videos, so I'm not gonna cover this again, but yeah, splitting goals to smaller ones really helps. In this part, actually, my bullet journal helps me a lot. If you have been here in a while, you probably noticed that I always do my weekly spreads differently. I can't remember honestly when was the last time in the same month when I had two exact designs, and I do this on purpose, mainly weekly motivation. I like to do this because when I flip the page, I enter an entire new week, and this helps me somehow to keep my motivation up, as last week and all the bad stuff that happened are a closed page now, literally. You may not realize this, but this is how our subconscious works. We always look for a starting line to start from. Just think of it. The most known one is, New Year, new me. Like, some people are waiting months for the New Year's Eve to change something. I mean, it's hilarious when you think about it, but even most of us are waiting for the next Monday to start something, right? Like, from the next month, I'm gonna start yoga, and from the next month, I'm going to start cooking at home. When I think of this in a perspective, it makes me think, how stupid are these deadlines? When we always need to wait for something, for a certain start line to start. Well, stupid or not, I wait for them as well. It's just subconscious. I'm curious, by the way, which are the most common start lines that you make for yourself, so please write them in the comments. I'll be curious to read them out. So I found a way to cheat the system by making more starting lines through the month, and making different weekly designs helps me to make the next Monday even more powerful and more motivational for me. I flip the page, my Monday feud is different, in a different place, on a different page, probably written with a different font. It kinda wants me to be different as well, better version of me. I think that it's really important for us as human beings to start new things in our lives, no matter hobbies or work habits. I think that always learning is one of the keys of the happy life, because if we constantly stay in one place, our life will become boring and gray, and so our motivation will just go away. And when we realize it, it's gonna be too late for us to change, because we already drowned in our comfort zone. So, yep, I try to be straightforward as I could be, because I don't want to fill your head with fillers and meaningless examples and lose your time. Time is precious, and it is the only thing that we actually have. So spend it wisely. Even today matters a lot. If you like this video and did even a small change for you, you can give it a like, it will help me a lot. Or if you want to watch more videos like this one, consider subscribing. I'll be more than happy to have you here. Next time we're gonna do our October weekly spread. For the first time, I'm gonna be combining cover page and the weeklies in one video. So yep guys, thank you for staying till the end, and see you next time. Until then, don't forget to stay on the sunny side.